What's going on, ladies and gents? Your boy FGC Gama here, and I'm representing FGC News. I'm here with none other than Christina, aka was it Burr Bunny? Burr Bunny. I'm sorry about that. So, for all the people that don't know who you are and what you do, go ahead and kind of give them a brief introduction.
So I am the general manager of ELEAGUE and vice president of eSports for Turner Sports, and I oversee a lot of the business operations, business development, production, marketing, social media. I don't personally oversee all of it myself, but I oversee a team, a really good team that does all of that.
Excellent, excellent. So you do a lot of big things, basically. And, you know, as I was talking to you off camera.
I heard cats. That's
cats.
What I do.
Okay, speaking of cats, you also said social media, you know, and there's a lot of things going on with the ELEAGUE Twitter. Can you kind of tell us briefly about your cat fetish or what's going on with the cats?
It is not a fetish. I am a certified crazy cat lady.
Okay.
I love cats. I love all things cats. I have cat tattoos. I have 4 cats. I am married, so I'm not a crazy cat lady, like living by myself with 4 cats. No offense, because that's not actually a bad thing. It's the dream. But
okay, excellent, excellent. So you love cats?
I love cats, and I have a little bit of influence on our social media team, and you know.
Yeah, and those guys are doing an excellent job. You know, they're making me and everyone else laugh.
Those guys are killing it. I mean, you have Electric Leo and Genfo who are on the team, who they really took it upon themselves to embed themselves like into the FGC and learn about like what's resonating with them and what kind of things that they're reacting to, and because we really wanted to become a big part of FGC.
Absolutely, and I think you guys are doing a great job, and I'm kind of glad you said that, because this is a great segue into the next question, right? The FGC, these guys, you know, I'm kind of guilty myself. We tend to be really apprehensive when newcomers, you know, try to do something, sponsors, business ventures, etc. I think we've been really embracing ELEAGUE, and I'm not quite sure why. I think you know why, and I'm interested in knowing what are some of the things you guys are doing, consciously doing, to make sure you're just not like a fly-by-night corporation.
Yeah, I think for us, I mean, it's kind of been there, done that. When we announced ELEAGUE, there was a lot of apprehension about us starting ELEAGUE, and oh, you know, Turner, WME, IMG, they're going into eSports, like they're just gonna TVify eSports, they're gonna ruin eSports, they're sellouts, all of that stuff. And so we worked really hard to stay as authentic as we could to the space, and we didn't go and TVify eSports. We weren't sellouts. Any of our, even our brand integrations were like very meaningful integrations. You know, there were things that made sense. We had people in the first season chanting the names of our sponsors at events because they liked the fact that they were kind of being embraced as a community. And I think when we went in and we decided that we were going to do Street Fighter, you know, Street Fighter is one of those just evergreen, amazing fighting games. I used to play it in the early 90s. We really wanted to make sure, again, that we were authentic to the space and that we're having as much fun as possible. And I think that we came out and, you know, we take every production very, very seriously, but we don't take ourselves like too seriously. And we're having a lot of fun, and we're interacting with the community. And I think the community, I hope the community appreciates that.
Absolutely.
And so we didn't go out and we didn't reinvent the wheel as it related to FGC or Street Fighter. We really got the right players involved. We listened to the right people talk to us about what works, what doesn't work. And I think it translates on screen. I think people are seeing that, like, okay, like they get it. They're not trying to like be something that they're not. And that's probably why we've been, why you're finding yourself surprised that you like us.
I love you guys, man. Absolutely, you're doing your thing, and it makes perfect sense. You know, like you said, you guys are not too serious where you're not able to make fun of yourselves and even just have fun. And that's kind of what I think is one of the main key ingredients. You're not just a bunch of suits or business types coming in to change things. And so now with that said, you know, it's a completely different format. A round robin, enabling all the players to face off against each other. And I love that. So any plans on keeping it that way, or are you guys going to change things up for the next go round? Like, what are your future thoughts?
I think after the season ends, we'll, as a team, get together and discuss whether or not we thought it worked, whether or not it didn't work. We'll work with Capcom. We'll talk to, you know, our talent, because they're very embedded into the community, and really figure out if that is the right format for us. And, you know, we've even made tweaks even in the way that we're presenting the broadcast. I think for the first day of preliminaries, we were doing like a game and a break, a game and a break, and it was like people were like, oh, we just want to see more games. So we switched it up, and we had like 2 or 3 games, and then we had maybe slightly longer breaks, and the community really liked that because we were listening to their feedback. So it's hard to say if we'll keep this format or not. I think we just have to wait until the season ends and figure out how it works out there.
Absolutely. That's an amazing answer, and it's good that you guys are actually paying attention to the community, taking in feedback. Speaking of which, is there any direct source of communication in which people can submit feedback? And if so, what's the best way they can kind of share their thoughts?
Well, I mean, as I said, our social media team is killing it, and they do a lot of listening. So not only are they out there interacting and creating funny memes and, putting up highlights and stuff like that, they're actively listening to the feedback that we get from the community. They're on Reddit. They're looking at, feedback on Reddit. And then after that, we take that, and then they'll come to me and say, like, hey, we've been seeing this trend of a lot of tweets where people are requesting this, or, or even the talent, too. For our production meetings, like, every single time, because they're very in touch with the community, right? And so every single production meeting, we have the production meeting, we go through the run of show, and then we talk to the talent and say, look, is there anything that you've heard? Are there any improvements that you want to make? What's the community saying and what are they doing? And then we take that to account, we figure out what makes sense for us, and then we put it into the broadcast.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so you do pay attention to the tweets.
Absolutely.
And those, I think you mentioned Reddit as well.
Constructive criticism.
Constructive. No haters, no trolling. We know how the internet can be at times. So yeah, absolutely. And speaking of what you guys been doing so far, I touched a lot about what you're doing for the FGC. Is there anything the viewers, the players, tournament organizers, anyone who's involved in the FGC, is there anything we can do to kind of make sure that this is a mutually beneficial arrangement, moving forward?
I think it is that constructive criticism. It is that feedback, and also tell us the stuff that we're doing right. Because some of the things and decisions that we make, we don't necessarily know if it's the right choice. So really listening to that. And one thing that I really love is when I come downstairs to the set, at the studio, there's such a good energy, right? And I think people don't realize that so much about FGC because, like you said, sometimes there's a tend to be protective. And I think that, like, anything FGC can do to grow and, like, show, outside audiences how much fun it can be to be part of the gaming community, I think that's something that you guys could do, but you're already doing it. So, I mean, they've been super inclusive and welcoming to everyone with ELEAGUE, and we love it, and we love FGC. It's great. Okay,
excellent. So you heard that, guys. Follow Christina and make sure you tweet her positive feedback. I used to work in customer service, and it seems like people only talk when they're upset.
Yes.
When things are going right, they're like, okay.
Yeah, they're like, it's fine, whatever.
When it's right, hey, my iPhone doesn't turn on.
Yeah.
So we can use some positive and constructive criticism.
Yeah.
So now let's talk to about you for a little bit.
Okay.
Street Fighter. This is 2017, 30th year anniversary.
Yep.
I'm not sure when was your first Street Fighter, but tell us a little bit about that and what does Street Fighter mean to you.
I have not played, I played Street Fighter V very recently, but I had not played Street Fighter since the early 90s.
Okay.
And I used to play with my now ex-boyfriend, Nick Bazanson. We used to play in high school, and, favorites like Chun-Li. I'm shocked that, like, Blanca's not in Street Fighter V, things like that. Old school throwbacks. And I had a lot of fun, and I played a lot of fighting games. And then in college, not Street Fighter, but we played a lot of Tekken. I mean, the amount of hours that I spent playing Tekken in college, my parents are probably upset with the money that they spent to send me to school, right? But it got me this gig, which is amazing. Not playing Tekken, but video games. I'm doing a job that I love. So, but yeah, my roots to Street Fighter go way, way back, and so, and that's another reason why we chose Street Fighter for ELEAGUE, because Street Fighter is one of those games that, at its very core, you can understand what's going on. It's a fighting game, and it's just 2 people on a screen, and it's not crazy. But there is that evergreenness about Street Fighter, right? People like me who are a little bit older than maybe the typical eSports demo remember Chun-Li, we remember Ken, we remember Ryu, we remember Balrog, we remember all of those characters. So to see that, and if you're sitting at home and you're watching on TV and you're like, I remember Chun-Li. Like, I remember Ken. Like, I actually can sit down and watch and know what's going on.
Right.
That's what we love, too, about Street Fighter.
Absolutely, I agree. It's the pinnacle of fighting games.
Yeah.
You know, even if you love other fighting games, you can't deny what Street Fighter is and what it means to all fighting game fans. And so, so now, with that said, anything else you'd like to share with the FGC in particular in regards to E-League or even fighting games?
I mean,
is there any juicy information you can put out as of yet?
We don't have any juicy information as of yet, and with my PR team sitting right over there, there's not much I can share. Okay. But the one thing that I would say to the FGC is just thank you guys for being so welcoming. I know that sometimes when you hear about big media companies becoming involved in these types of things, there definitely is a fear, and we've been getting some criticism online, and the FGC has actually been going in and defending us, which we really, really appreciate. And again, any feedback, anything is welcome. But yeah, thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. And last question, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
Who do you have winning everything?
Oh gosh.
It doesn't matter, preference.
So
skill.
I'll say a little secret in that every single person in preliminaries that I rooted for didn't make it into group stage. Okay. So I am not going to even say, because I don't want to jinx that person as they go into their playoffs and finals.
Okay. Good answer. Right? Good answer. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm not kidding. Every single person.
Everyone. They're all going already, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Cool. So all the rest of the guys that are in, they do have a fair chance in winning.
You all have a fair chance because I will not say out loud to anyone who I think is going to take it.
Excellent, excellent. Well, it's your boy Gamma, FGC News, sitting down with Christina. Thank you so much for sitting down with us. You can go ahead and follow her on Twitter and all that good stuff. I'll have the links in the description. Signing out. Peace and love.